Hi, Eileen Fuller here, artist Eileen, and this is day 4 of the video vlogging challenge. And I'm to tell you a story today, something from my past that transformed me, and I'm reckoning that particular incident with changes that took place in my life. And you may be able to relate to this. You should be able to relate to this because think back, there's something that went on in your past that was transformational for you. A crisis you went through, or just a moment in time that you made a change that just really change the direction of your life. Okay? So, what happened to me? I actually did a blog about this a while back. 4th of July, actually, I did a recollection of this event that happened to me. You may not have seen that video, but um, I had a young punk hold a gun to my head and threaten my life. This was the weirdest set of circumstances. 4th of July in Sparks, Nevada, we have a big, huge fireworks display that happens between two towers of a casino. And they really draw a lot of people into downtown Sparks to watch this. Well, at the time, we lived in a house that was 5 blocks north of there, and we had the perfect view from lawn chairs in our backyard of watching the fireworks display. And so we would have a late evening, getting towards dark barbecue and have friends over and family, and we'd sit there and wait for the fireworks to start. And we didn't have to deal with the crowds and all that, which was great. It was one of the best things about living near downtown Sparks was 4th of July watching the fireworks. There were a lot of drawbacks of living that close to the congestion, but we were enjoying it that evening. And after the fireworks was over, it was my duty to give my dad a ride home. He lived in a senior apartment complex that was a few blocks away, probably about a mile away up the road. And so I drove him home, and I was heading back to the house, and the traffic was going against me because most of the people were leaving the scene of the big event for that day. And so traffic was bad, but it was mostly going away from me. Well, we lived in this alley, and I was trying to get back in front of my house to park, and there was this hoodlum kind of looking guy strolling down the middle of the road with a girl on his arm, and he was strutting his stuff, and he was not being very courteous to me as a driver trying to get down the alley to park in front of my house. And so I made the dumb comment, "Would you move over?" And he just flipped me off and kept strolling even a little slower down the alleyway. So when I finally got to pull up in front of my house and park, and I got out of my car, I muttered, "Asshole." Me and my big mouth, right? So he comes running back down the alley, pulls a gun out of his pocket, and holds it up to my head. And I'm standing there in front of the door. My family, my kids and my grandkids were out in the backyard making a bunch of noise, and they couldn't hear what was going on. I thought, oh my God, this could be the last words I utter here on this planet. Scary, right? So I decide I don't want him to get away with this. They might not even hear a gunshot with all the noise and firecrackers and stuff going on. So I decided to scream as loud as I could. And then he let go of me and ran off with his girlfriend down the alley. And I went into the house and told the kids what had happened to me. Well, my son and my husband went chasing after him, which was not the best thing to do. Long story short, he ended up in jail. But the scene of this gun to my head kept replaying through my mind for a very long period of time afterwards. And I thought about my life. I thought about what I'd done with my life and where I was going with it. And was I happy? Was I doing things I loved? Well, I was working hard. I wasn't enjoying life that much. I wasn't doing my art. I wasn't traveling. So there were some big changes that I implemented after this time. So let me ask you, have you had a moment in your life that was life-changing? Did you have a scare where you thought, today might be the day I breathe my last? Have you had a health issue or some kind of a violent incident, a car accident? What's happened to you that has brought about a change in your life? I'd like to hear your comments. I'd like to know about your situation and how that changed things for you. Eileen Fuller, artist, entrepreneur. I love to paint and travel, and I love my life. Do you love yours? What kind of changes would you make today if you knew you only had a short time to go? So I'd like to hear your comments. I'd like you to like my Facebook page or become a fan. Comment. Share your story with me. Eileen Fuller, artist, signing off.